When you grow old, no begging, no chasing, no texting, no games. As we grow older, life presents us with opportunities for reflection, growth, and a chance to focus on what truly matters. The wisdom of age reveals an undeniable truth. Our energy is precious, our time is limited, and our sense of self worth is non negotiable. This stage of life is not about seeking approval, chasing after fleeting connections, or engaging in unnecessary games. Instead, it's about embracing peace, purpose, and authenticity. Let us explore how we can live out this philosophy. No begging, no chasing, no texting, no games, to create a life of dignity and fulfillment as we age. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. No begging. Understanding your worth. In the later stages of life, there comes a moment of clarity, a profound recognition that your worth has never been tied to what others think of you, how they treat you, or whether they choose to stay or walk away. It's a wisdom born of years lived and lessons learned. Your value is inherent, unshaken by the opinions or actions of others. You are not here to beg for anyone's love, attention, or validation. That chapter of self-doubt has long since passed. This season of life is about standing firmly in the knowledge of your worth and living unapologetically in alignment with it. Begging, in any form, is not a reflection of someone else's power over you, but a reflection of your willingness to diminish your own light. When you beg, whether for affection, acknowledgement, or belonging, you are sending a message to the world and to yourself. I am not enough on my own. But the truth is, you are already enough. You always have been. At this age, there is no need to plead for a seat at someone else's table. Instead, you realize that you have the wisdom and strength to build your own, to fill it with people who cherish and respect you without conditions or games. You've lived too much life, survived too many storms, and risen from too many setbacks to kneel before anyone, asking for what should come freely. Respect, love, and kindness are not privileges to be earned. They are the baseline for how you deserve to be treated. Perhaps in your younger years, you tolerated being overlooked or undervalued. Perhaps you excused behaviors that didn't align with your worth because you thought it was the price of love or connection. But now you know better. Life has taught you that true relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, are built on mutual respect and authenticity. There is no space for relationships where you are required to prove your value over and over again. Instead of begging for love or acceptance, redirect that energy inward. Reflect on the rich tapestry of your life, the challenges you've faced, the triumphs you've celebrated, and the wisdom you've gained along the way. These are the markers of your worth. They remind you that you've always been enough, not because of what you've achieved or what others see in you, but simply because of who you are. Begging also diminishes the dignity you've worked so hard to cultivate. Dignity is not about pride or ego. It's about self-respect. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be treated with kindness and care, not because you've earned it, but because it's your birthright. Every time you choose to walk away from someone or something that requires you to beg, you affirm that dignity. You teach the world how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. This stage of life is also about generosity, not the kind of generosity that drains you, but the kind that comes from an overflow of abundance within. When you understand your worth, you no longer beg for love. Instead, you give it freely to those who reciprocate it. You no longer chase validation because you've learned to validate yourself. You no longer cling to relationships that don't nourish your soul because you've become your own source of strength. Understanding your worth also means embracing solitude when necessary. It means recognizing that being alone is far better than being in the company of those who don't see your value. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's a sanctuary, a space where you can reconnect with yourself, reflect on your journey, and dream of what's to come. It's in these quiet moments that you realize you've never been truly alone because you've always had yourself. At its core, living without begging is about reclaiming your power. It's about knowing that you are a whole, complete person, capable of giving and receiving love without diminishing yourself in the process. It's about recognizing that the people who are meant to be in your life will meet you where you are. They will not require you to grovel or diminish yourself for their attention. So, as you stand in this chapter of life, let go of the need to beg. Stand tall in your worth. Speak your truth with confidence and kindness. Surround yourself with those who see you for who you truly are, not who they want you to be. And most importantly, never forget, you are enough, just as you are. 2. No chasing, letting go of control. With age comes the understanding that chasing, whether it's after people, success, or fleeting desires, is often a reflection of fear. Fear that time is running out, that life is slipping through your fingers, or that you might miss something vital. Yet, chasing is exhausting. It depletes your spirit and leaves you feeling unfulfilled because it signals to the world and to yourself that what you seek is separate from you, out of reach and dependent on effort alone. But in truth, the most meaningful things in life don't require you to chase. They come naturally when you align with them. Chasing is rooted in the illusion of control. It's the belief that if you try hard enough, push long enough, or pursue with enough determination, you can make everything fall into place. But as life has shown you time and again, the most beautiful moments are rarely the ones you've orchestrated. They are the serendipitous meetings, the unexpected opportunities, and the quiet joys that appear when you stop trying to force them. The tighter you grip, the more life slips through your fingers, much like trying to hold water in a clenched fist. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about trusting the natural flow of life. When you stop chasing, you create space for what is truly meant for you. This doesn't mean you stop dreaming or striving for meaningful goals. It means you release the desperation, the need to control every outcome, and the fear of loss. You've lived long enough to know that life has its own rhythm, one that often surpasses your understanding but leads you exactly where you're meant to be. By letting go, you align yourself with that rhythm, allowing life to unfold in its own perfect timing. Chasing often distracts you from the present moment. It keeps you looking ahead, longing for what's next, and missing the richness of what's already here. Take a moment to breathe deeply and look around. Notice the small blessings, the relationships you've nurtured, the wisdom you've gained, the beauty of the world that surrounds you. These are the things that matter, and they don't require pursuit. They require presence. By anchoring yourself in the here and now, you not only find peace, but also become open to receiving life's gifts as they come. When you stop chasing people, you teach them how to treat you. Relationships that are built on your constant pursuit often lack balance and mutual respect. You've likely learned through experience that true connection is never forced. It's a meeting of two hearts, two minds, and two souls coming together naturally. If someone requires you to chase them, they are not respecting your value or your time. By stepping back, you allow them the opportunity to meet you halfway, or to leave your life altogether, making room for those who will. Success, too, doesn't demand chasing. In your earlier years, you may have believed that hard work and relentless effort were the only paths to achievement. But now, you've discovered the wisdom of flow. Success is not about running after opportunities. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts them. By focusing on your passions, nurturing your skills, and remaining true to your values, you create a magnetic energy that draws success towards you without the frantic chase. Letting go of the need to chase is not a surrender to passivity. It's an embrace of trust. It's trusting yourself to make decisions from a place of wisdom and alignment. It's trusting life to bring you the experiences, people, and opportunities that are meant for you. And it's trusting that even when things don't go as planned, there is still purpose in the detour. Every setback, every delay, every closed door is a part of the larger picture, guiding you to something greater than you imagined. Chasing is an act of resistance, while letting go is an act of alignment. When you align with the flow of life, you shift from striving to receiving, from fear to faith, and from exhaustion to ease. It's not about sitting back and waiting for life to happen to you. It's about walking confidently in the direction of your dreams, knowing that what is meant for you will meet you along the way. There is no longer a need to run after life because you've become a part of its rhythm, moving with grace and purpose. So, let go of chasing. Trust that everything you need is already within you and that what is meant for you will find its way. Stand still in your power, rooted in the wisdom of a life well lived, and allow the world to come to you. In this stillness, you will find peace. In this trust, you will find abundance. And in this alignment, you will discover the freedom to simply be. 3. No texting. Embracing authentic connection. In the later stages of life, where time feels more finite yet infinitely precious, the importance of true, meaningful connection becomes undeniable. Texting, or any form of shallow, hurried communication, falls short of satisfying the deep human need for understanding and presence. In these years, it is no longer enough to skim the surface of relationships. What we seek now is depth, the warmth of someone's voice, the light in their eyes as they listen, the shared laughter that comes from moments spent together. Texting, while convenient, often creates an illusion of connection. Words on a screen cannot capture the nuances of tone, the pauses that speak volumes, or the comfort of shared silence. At this stage in life, you deserve more than fleeting digital exchanges. You deserve the richness of heartfelt conversations where each word carries weight, where someone truly sees and hears you. Authentic connection cannot be condensed into a quick message. It requires presence, intention, and time. When you prioritize authentic connection, you allow your relationships to flourish in ways texting simply cannot achieve. Picking up the phone to hear someone's voice, inviting them for a cup of coffee, or sitting together in the quiet of a shared moment holds more meaning than 1,000 messages ever could. These acts demonstrate care, respect, and the willingness to invest in each other's lives. They remind you that relationships are not about quantity, but quality. Living without the constant need to text is also an act of reclaiming your time and energy. It is about stepping away from the digital noise that often dominates modern life and embracing the peace that comes from being fully present. Instead of waiting for replies or analyzing messages, you can focus on the joys of the here and now. You can invest your energy in the people who show up for you, not just on a screen, but in your life. Choosing authenticity over texting also allows you to rediscover the beauty of solitude. In those quiet moments without distractions, you reconnect with yourself. You reflect on the journey you've traveled and the legacy you're building. You find contentment in the simple pleasures of life, a walk in nature, a good book, or the memories that surface when your mind is at rest. At this stage, every interaction should carry meaning. Let your relationships be guided by depth, honesty, and presence. Move away from superficial exchanges and toward the kind of connection that leaves a lasting imprint on your heart. By embracing authentic communication, you create space for relationships that honor the wisdom and love you bring to the table. This is the season of being truly seen and truly heard, something no text message could ever achieve. 4. No games, living with integrity. Life, as it unfolds through the years, teaches a powerful lesson. There is no room for games, not in your words, not in your actions, and certainly not in your relationships. Games, whether they stem from manipulation, dishonesty, or unnecessary pretense, complicate life and undermine trust. At this stage, you've earned the right to live with integrity, embracing simplicity and truth in all that you do. Playing games at its core is often born out of fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability, or fear of losing control. But with age comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes the realization that honesty and clarity are far more powerful than any strategy or facade. Living with integrity means showing up as your authentic self, speaking your truth with courage and kindness, and refusing to engage in dynamics that diminish your sense of peace and self-respect. In relationships, games create unnecessary barriers. They foster confusion, mistrust, and imbalance. But when you approach relationships with honesty, you create an environment where trust can flourish. This doesn't mean every interaction will be perfect, but it does mean that your intentions will always be clear. People will know where they stand with you, and in turn, you will attract those who value and respect your straightforwardness. Integrity also means walking away from relationships or situations that rely on games. If someone cannot meet you with honesty and mutual respect, they are not aligned with the life you've worked so hard to build. This is not an act of bitterness, but one of self-preservation. You have spent too many years growing, learning, and thriving to compromise your peace for the sake of anyone who cannot honor your values. Living without games extends beyond relationships. It influences every aspect of your life. It means making decisions with clarity, choosing actions that align with your core values, and refusing to engage in unnecessary drama. It simplifies life in the most profound way, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: love, purpose, and connection. This commitment to integrity also creates an internal harmony. When your actions align with your values, you experience a sense of peace that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. You no longer carry the burden of pretending to be someone you're not or worrying about how others perceive you. Instead, you walk through life with confidence, knowing that you've remained true to yourself. Perhaps most beautifully, living without games inspires others. Your authenticity becomes a light that encourages those around you to be more genuine and honest. By leading with integrity, you create a ripple effect that brings more trust, kindness, and understanding into the world. At this stage in life, you have the wisdom to know what matters and the courage to stand by it. Let go of games, embrace integrity, and live with a heart that is open and true. In doing so, you honor not only the life you've lived, but also the person you've become. 5. Reclaiming your power. There is a certain elegance in reclaiming your power as you grow older. It is not about dominance or control. It is about recognizing the strength that has always been within you. It is the quiet yet profound realization that you are the architect of your own life, no longer swayed by external opinions or dictated by the expectations of others. Reclaiming your power means taking full ownership of your time, your energy, and your choices, understanding that these are your most precious resources. For years, perhaps decades, you may have given away pieces of yourself to meet the needs of others. Whether it was for the sake of relationships, career, or family, you may have found yourself compromising, adjusting, and bending to fit into spaces that didn't truly honor who you are. But now, in this season of life, you can step back and see the bigger picture. You can ask yourself, what do I truly want? What deserves my time and attention? What aligns with the person I have become? Reclaiming your power means setting boundaries, not as an act of rejection, but as an act of love for yourself. It means saying no to what drains you so that you can say yes to what nourishes you. It's about surrounding yourself with people and experiences that uplift you rather than those that pull you down. It's about choosing peace over conflict, authenticity over pretense, and joy over obligation. When you reclaim your power, you no longer seek validation from the outside world. You realize that your worth isn't tied to how others see you, but to how you see yourself. This shift is liberating. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of trying to prove your value and allows you to simply be. You stop chasing after the approval of others and instead anchor yourself in the quiet confidence that you are enough just as you are. In reclaiming your power, you also take responsibility for your happiness. You no longer wait for someone else to create it for you. Instead, you find joy in the everyday moments, the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one, the stillness of a quiet evening. These moments, once overlooked, become the building blocks of a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. Reclaiming your power is not an act of defiance, it is an act of grace. It is the decision to live intentionally, to honor your truth, and to stand firmly in the knowledge that your life is your own. This newfound strength radiates outward, inspiring those around you to do the same. And in this, you not only reclaim your power, but also create a ripple effect that brings more light, love, and authenticity into the world. 6. Living as a magnet, not a chaser. As the years pass, the chase becomes tiresome. Whether it's chasing people, opportunities, or ideals, you come to realize that the act of pursuit often stems from a place of lack. It is a subtle but insistent message to yourself that what you desire is out of reach, separate from you, and must be captured through effort. But wisdom teaches a different lesson. The most fulfilling experiences come not when you chase, but when you align with them. When you stop running toward life and instead stand still in your power, you become a magnet for the things meant for you. Living as a magnet means shifting your energy from desperation to trust. It's about understanding that you don't need to force or demand what is already on its way to you. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your values and desires, you naturally attract people and opportunities that resonate with who you are. This is not wishful thinking. It is the natural law of energy. What you emit, you attract. When you embody peace, confidence, and authenticity, the world responds in kind. This way of living starts with self-awareness. Ask yourself, what kind of energy am I putting into the world? Am I living in alignment with my values? Do my actions reflect the life I want to create? These questions help you identify where you may be chasing and where you can instead lean into trust. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you create space for life to surprise you with its beauty and abundance. Living as a magnet also means embracing patience. The things that are truly meant for you will come in their own time, not according to your schedule, but according to life's greater plan. This patience is not passive. It is active faith. It is the willingness to keep showing up as your best self, to keep planting seeds, and to trust that the harvest will come. When you stop chasing, you begin to see the difference between what you want and what is meant for you. Sometimes, what you think you need is far less than what life has in store. By stepping back and allowing life to unfold, you open yourself to possibilities you may never have imagined. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments will find their way to you, not because you demanded them, but because you were ready to receive them. This shift is transformative. It changes the way you move through the world. Instead of running towards life with outstretched hands, you walk confidently, knowing that what is meant for you will flow effortlessly into your path. You no longer expend energy on things that aren't aligned with your purpose. Instead, You focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts what you desire, kind, open, and grounded in your worth. Living as a magnet is not just about receiving, it's about radiating. It's about becoming a source of light and positivity that draws others in. When you embody this energy, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your presence becomes a gift, not because you've chased anyone to notice it, but because your authenticity and alignment speak louder than words ever could. So let go of the chase. Trust in your ability to attract what is meant for you. Stand still in your truth, radiate your worth, and let life unfold in its own perfect timing. When you live as a magnet, you discover a profound sense of peace, knowing that everything you need is already making its way to you. And in that peace, you find the freedom to simply be. A life of meaning, the power of letting go. As the years unfold, life teaches us the wisdom of simplicity, authenticity, and alignment. It whispers that our greatest peace comes not from holding on too tightly, but from letting go of the need to beg, chase, text, or play games. It reveals that our worth is not something to be proven, earned, or validated by others, but a quiet, unshakable truth that resides within. In letting go, you reclaim your power. You learn to move through life with grace, trusting that what is meant for you will find its way. You no longer exhaust yourself with the pursuit of approval or the need to control every outcome. Instead, you create space for life to unfold as it is meant to, allowing joy, love, and purpose to flow effortlessly toward you. This stage of life is not an ending, but a culmination, a time to reflect on the lessons you've learned and live with the clarity those lessons bring. It's an opportunity to shed the weight of unnecessary complications and embrace what truly matters: deep connections, meaningful moments, and the quiet contentment of a life lived with integrity. You have walked a long journey, weathered storms, and grown from every challenge. You've earned the right to stand tall in your truth, to honor your time and energy, and to live with intention. This is your time to be, not to prove. Your time to attract, not to chase. Your time to connect deeply, live authentically, and let go of anything that does not serve the beautiful person you've become. The wisdom of these years lies in the understanding that life is not measured by how much you do or acquire, but by how fully you live and love. It is in the quiet moments of gratitude, the honest conversations, and the relationships that honor your worth. This is where meaning is found, in the wholeness of knowing you are enough, just as you are. So let go of what no longer serves you. Embrace the peace that comes from alignment, and walk forward with the quiet confidence of a life well lived, knowing that everything you need is already within you. You are whole. You are worthy. And the best of life is still waiting to be received. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.